So it's looking like the government might actually shut down. The ball's still in the Democrats' court to decide whether it actually does or not, but the stakes just got a lot higher.
The Trump administration just recently said, listen, if you do shut down the government, we're going to fire everybody. Not furlough, not, you can stay home, but you can come back. No, this would give us our opportunity to fire as many federal workers as we can because we want to decimate the federal government.
Government shutdowns happen when Congress doesn't approve a new budget by the time the old one expires, and the money just freezes. Which means first thing Wednesday morning, all non-essential government work could come to a screeching halt.
It affect national parks and fundamental federal responsibilities.
Usually workers have to go without pay until things go back to normal, they go back to work, at which point they're back paid. But Republicans really don't want their funding frozen indefinitely, so they're upping the ante with this whole reduction in force thing. And they've specified that it would affect agencies that, quote, aren't consistent with the president's priorities.
Totally up to the Democrats. It doesn't have to happen. They're playing with fire and they know it.
Shutdowns are always a last resort because whichever political party's being the most stubborn gets blamed for whatever Americans have to go through during the shutdown. So it's never a great look, but it doesn't usually have permanent effects on the federal infrastructure like it might this time.
There's no easy decision by the Democrats here. You either keep the government open and infuriate the base of their party who want them to finally say no and take a swing, so to speak, at the Republicans in Congress and Donald Trump, or they shut down the government and they risk enraging voters right at the time they need them in the 2026 election.
So what's the ask here? Well, Democrats say that they won't sign unless the new budget essentially restores funding to Medicaid costs that were cut in the big, beautiful bill.
If I'm ever given a chance to save health care for 15 million Americans, you better believe I'm going to take it.
Republicans say that that's a non-starter, since it would cost $1 trillion.
They're trying to hijack it and load up all this liberal special interest stuff, keep the government open, and then let's have a conversation about those premium tax credits. I'm certainly open to that.
Nobody knows. What's the off-ramp for this? If you have an opponent, which is Donald Trump, and he says, burn it down. I don't care. I don't like the government to begin with. You want to lay off people or furlough them? We'll fire them and we'll close these agencies. We'll blame you for that. That's the problem Democrats have, is that once they start this, how do they stop it? How do they end it? And they don't want to end it by capitulating on everything, because then it would have made no sense to do it in the first place.
And what they're negotiating right now isn't even a full budget for the new fiscal year. It's what's called a continuing resolution, which basically just buys some more time when there is a stalemate. But it's supposed to be what they call clean.
We want a clean funding extension.
A straightforward extension without any poison pills slipped in that tip the scales in either party's favor. Republicans say the one currently on the table that would tide us over until November is.
The ball is in their court. There is a bill sitting at the desk in the Senate right now.
Democrats disagree.